Right, so the moment you've all been waiting for. What supplements do I take? Now, obviously with me being a week out from a show, there's some supplements that are very subject to that and some supplements that obviously I just take all year round. Now, the first one, the fundamental you've all been waiting for, protein powder.
Hey, I got you guys a protein shake.
Awesome, I love protein.
I know you love protein. I love protein too.
What protein powder do I take? Typically, 80% of the year, I will take whey protein concentrate. So this is the one I've gone to at the moment. It is by CNP and it is their collaboration with Project Donut, because who doesn't love donuts, right? That is what I typically take, and that can be a blend of different proteins, but typically is around 80%. Now, with me being a week out, I have switched it to whey protein isolate. Now, the whey protein isolate I've gone for is Strom Sports Velocity Whey ISO. As you can see here, there's a lot of Strom's products. Not sponsored, still waiting for that. So Rich, if you see this, please, I spend a lot of money every month on you. So with this, why have I switched to whey protein isolate? Now, it's typically easier to digest, so there's going to be less issues with bloating and digestion. So as the carbs get increased towards the show, so filling out sort of thing, and also any sort of alterations to that, I just want to make sure that my digestion is 100% and everything flows past through it really nice and clean. So that is why I switched to isolate. Now, obviously isolate is quite a bit more expensive. So for most of my clients, I just say concentrate is absolutely fine. Unless it does cause digestive issues, then you can go to things like beef isolate, vegan protein, or just normal whey isolate. Second product we're going to go into is NeuroPM. This is another Strom Sports product. This is what I typically use to help me sleep at night. So obviously with me being on a diet, I want to make sure that obviously I get a good night's sleep. So I'm not waking up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, absolutely starving hungry. I want to make sure that I hopefully get a full night's sleep, aiming for 7 to 8 hours. And it's mango flavored, so it's a nice little sort of night drink before you go to sleep. And I'll have that typically anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour before I obviously want to go to sleep. Second product we're going for here, Glycomax. Now this is a pill, once again, from Strom Sports. So with this, it is a glucose disposal aid, which means the nutrients you're taking, so if it's a high carb meal, which is when typically you have it, you'll take that, and what that will do is make sure that that nutrients is going to the muscles that you intend to work when you're exercising. So obviously just shuttling that to the muscles to make sure you're actually using the carbohydrates rather than just passing it through or storing it as fat. Next one, we are going to go over RNG Max. Once again, Strom Sports product, and this is a reds and greens powder. So if you struggle to have your fruit and veg in a day, obviously at the moment with me being a diet, I don't, but I like to cover all bases. So this is a non sort of necessity product, but especially in off season where food's really high and you're really trying to just make sure you're getting the most carbs and protein that you can, making sure you're covering your bases with your micronutrients is so important, especially when it comes to digestion. So I use this product all year round, the same as obviously whey. The Glycomax and the NeuroPM, that is subject to dependency. So if I need it, I'll take it. If I don't, I won't. But RNG Max stays with me all year round. Next one, Systole Max. Once again, Strom Sports product. What does this do? Systolic, blood pressure, it's working with your blood pressure. So obviously with the stresses that I put on my body for going for a diet and also being really heavy in an off season, blood pressure can be an issue, especially when you're talking lifting very heavy weights on a very frequent basis. Let's cover that. Let's make sure that there's going to be no sort of heart disease or anything caused by high blood pressure. So Systole Max is another product that I take all year round, regardless. Once again, Strom Sports, their products taste really nice. The flavors are really nice. So I'll typically have a variety of products all in one shake, and I'll take you through that in the next one. So Digest Max, another Strom Sports product, does what it says on the tin. Helps your digestion. So obviously with me being in a prep, digestion shouldn't really normally be an issue, but it's something that I take just to make sure I'm covering that base again. A lot of this is overkill, but with your health, I don't think there's such thing that you can be overkill. So if you've got the financial availability, I'd recommend it. And also if you're putting your body through a large amount of stress through heavy dieting or pushing your body weight really high up, make sure you're covering your health bases first before you start going through that. So these 3 products, along with the following products I'll have in the morning as a morning health shake, which will be, I'll mix with between 500 to 600 ml of water. Once again, also helps getting your fluids in, and it tastes really nice as well. So this is the last products I have with that morning shake, Glutathione Max. What does Glutathione Max mean? Basically, it's help covering any sort of issues that you could have with taking certain supplements and certain things like that, and also making sure your skin is really healthy as well. Skin is something that I'm very concerned about, so I want to make sure that I do everything in my availability to make sure that obviously my skin and my health is covered. So this is a very good product. It's lemonade flavored, I believe. Yeah, lemonade flavored. So I'll have this with Digest Max, with Systole Max, and with Reds and Greens Max, all in a shake in the morning to make sure that we're covering all the bases straight out the bat really early in the morning. Now, on to another favorite, cream of rice. Now, as you can see, I got this from Bodybuilding Warehouse. I get cream of rice from a variety of different sources, just because quality-wise, I don't think you can really have a good and bad cream of rice. It's very person dependent. So that one is Millionaire Shortcake flavored. So who doesn't love that? And I'll have that as a carb source with certain meals. So I might blend that with whey protein. I might just have that by itself. With obviously, if you've watched my previous video, you'll see I'll just have it with fruit. So really good carb source, really clean, digest really easy. Now, Peak Max, Strom Sports product again. I feel like I'm doing a paid ad for them now. So this is something that you lead in the last few days leading up to a show. Basically flushing your body of all the fluids. Sounds really dangerous. It's not, it's a herbal product. Typically just with things like vitamin C, B6, B12, and various other products, just to really help flush your body of that water to give you that nice, hard, grainy look. But like I said, that's very dependent. You use that for a couple of days, maximum a week before show, and then you come straight off it. You don't use that for a prolonged period of time. Next one, Support Max, Strom Sports product again. That covers all of your internal organs, the pressures that you could be putting on them through what you're doing. So your liver, your kidneys, your heart, that will take care of a lot of those issues. It doesn't mean it will solve them, but it mitigates them as best it can. So that is a product I take all year round religiously based off what I do. Next one, krill oil. Now, cod liver oil doesn't have a full omega profile. Krill oil does. So if you've got the money, invest in krill oil, not just cod liver oil. It's a lot better. It does come at a higher price. You are probably talking twice as expensive as cod liver oil, but it's worth it. Trust me, if you're not covering your full omega profile, you'll soon know about it. Last one, standard multivitamin. Just to top it all off, it's worth taking just in case you miss anything else. Like I said, we've got the Reds and Greens in there, we've got the krill oil in there, we've got Support Max, we've got a lot of probably supplements that already hard taken care of, but this is just to polish it off, and it's really cheap, it's really worth it, and it just means you've covered that whole base. So if there's a certain vitamin or mineral that you're not covering, this will just make sure that you're covering it. Oh, forgot this, vitamin C. Chewable because I'm a child and I like the taste of it, but vitamin C, lately there's been a lot of like cold and flu symptoms going around. I don't want to say vitamin C made sure I didn't get it, but I think it's definitely helped. And it's nice, it's orange flavored, and it's nice to have it in the morning as like a little chewable sweet, basically, especially in the diet. So the things that I take year round are the following. It is mainly just those 3 products there that I don't take all year round, and those are subject to dependency, especially Peak Max, that's only done in a contest prep. These 2, if my sleep's shit, I'll take this. If I'm a fat bastard and I need to have more, I need to make sure the carbs are going to the right places, I'll take Glycomax. But everything else stays the same all year round. It looks like a lot, it is a lot, but I don't just want to, I'll practice what I preach. I think health is extremely important. I think for the cost that I pay for this, I think the health benefits I get from it far outweigh what the cost is. And especially if you want to live a long, healthy life, I think it's worth investing in these things to make sure that you're doing the best, especially if you're training hard, especially if you work long hours, especially if you have a very active or very hard life in terms of like overworking, stress. These things just help accommodate that undoubtedly. So I highly recommend it. If you want any further information or talk about this with me further, drop me a message, drop a message in the comments, and I'll be happy to help. Any more information you need, let me know. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, please subscribe and like the video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.